just received my Two Trees laser cutter, and to test it I decided to make this what you can see in the picture, something like a little bolts and nuts sort of. It's made of plywood, 8mm thick. It's not a good quality plywood. I used an old box which I received the machine in from Germany. So as I said, it was just to test, and I'm quite surprised. I used CorelDRAW to do the original design, and then to drive the laser cutter I used Lasergrbl, which is free, but I'm also very happy with it. Did a good job. As you will see in the little video that I have, the 20-watt laser didn't have a problem to cut through this plywood. I set it to 200 millimeters per minute, I think, at 100%, and it cut everything perfectly in one pass. And I designed it in such a way that it fits into each other like a puzzle. Let me show you the video of the actual cutting. This is the laser. And as you can see, the small pieces are already falling out. This is Lasergrbl, and it is now instructing the CNC, the motors. The video is over. Well, it originated in CorelDRAW. And as you can see, I've got page 1. This is just a rough outlay of what I wanted. This is 230 by 330 millimeters. I made the paper the size of the laser cutter. The laser cutter has got a cutting size of 418 by 418. I did not follow that. This is 400 by 400, just to make sure I don't run out of material. So this was the original page 1. Page 2. These are all the different sections, and I must say, sorry, CorelDRAW is actually very accurate. Now, after I made the drawings, I went to properties and I changed the color to RGB red and the lines to hairline, because I saw somewhere on the internet, if you want to cut, then that is what it should be. On page 3 I continued. This is the bottom of the thing and the two ends. I still have to make a lid for it. what I've learned here is if you change the drawing for some reason, make sure that you don't have double lines. You can't see a double line here, but if there is, and mine does have a few, the laser cutter will cut both those lines, as if though you don't see it, but it gets exported in the export file, and it cuts both lines, which is not a good thing. So it's better to observe that you don't have double lines anywhere in your drawing. The other thing that I experienced is these two pieces that you see here. They were originally on page 2, and obviously they didn't fit in here, so I copied them and I pasted them on page 3. And then I had a problem when I select the items on page 3 to export. It refused. It didn't refuse, I mean, it exported a file, but there was nothing in it. And then I realized that it is because I copied these two items from another page, so I had to just redraw one. And because they are the same, I copied that one and I pasted it here. That didn't give any problem. It seems that if you copy from one page to another page, there's a problem with the exporting of this, because you have to export this. This is only cutting. Engraving is another story, which I might make a video later on, but I bought the machine for cutting. My priority is cutting, so I'm not so much worried about the engraving. I've tried the engraving, but yeah, as I said, there's a bit of a rigmarole. You have two different files, but for cutting it is fairly easy. You select the items, and then you go to File and you say Export, and it has to be a vector file, so I use SVG. That's the extension, which is a vector file, and well, anyway, the Lasergrbl software accepts an SVG file. So I can now maybe show you Lasergrbl. My laser is not connected at the moment, but if it is, it shows COM3 here, and then I can just click connect, and it connects okay. I don't have a problem. And a good thing is this little box here. You can tell it to do several passes, which I think it's good. It shows you the progress while it's printing, and in this window it gives you all the instructions. I can open a file. And this is one of the two files. Now, with Lasergrbl, you only have this chance to tell it what you want to do. Now, my speed was 200 millimeters per minute, my cutting speed. I don't know this part. I didn't change anything here. And then, of course, the maximum cutting power, I typed in 1000, that gives 100%. For some reason, this is funny, if you say 500, then it gives you 50%. But anyway, for cutting, I used 1000, that gave me 100%. And then I say create. and it brings everything in. It actually also shows you where it's going to start, and then the best thing to do is to make sure that it is at home, and then get it to show you the boundary so that you make sure that you're not outside your material. For me, I cut the boards exactly the size, and I had to finish this one, and then I had to cut the second one. That's easy. You just bring in the second one. After this is done, you say open file, and that was the second one. Same speed, and again, there it is. So yeah, I'm actually very happy with this Two Trees cutter, and thank you for watching.